still. I'll take some hi-hats, though. You ain't gotta turn the lights down. Guru Bass about to knock him out the ceiling. Just blaze. Zip, you ready?
All right, homeboy.
Here we go.
I'm done playing with y'all. I can't catch all of you, but I can make an example out of everybody. You know, real nigga gon' relate to this shit right here. You understand that? Grand hustle, nigga. Everybody who down with me, I already know they down with me, so I ain't worried about it. PSC, hey. Anybody who knows somebody who spit that shit.
Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work to work.
Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today I'm going to talk about Joe Rogan doing it again. When he said he wouldn't be talking about politics anymore, he keeps going trending because he's talking about politics. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is in the description box. If you got $5 or more laying around, you want to donate to a charity, you can. Helps out one of our subscribers and his wife with medical bills. Obviously, if you don't have the money to spare, please put it in your pocket. That's right. But if you do have the money to spare, please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery, GoFundMe link in the description box. All right. So Joe Rogan once again saying something politically controversial. And I'm going to show you one reaction that is, because, you know, this seems like a joke, right? I don't think he's joking, but, you know, the topic itself is kind of funny to me. So I'm going to show you the reaction that I think is the funniest. So here's what I'm going to play what he said, and then the reactions. Here we go.
This is the real issue with the Democratic Party. They've essentially made us all morons.
Yeah.
With this Joe Biden thing. They really have. They
you
made us all
imagine?
morons.
Who do we need? I mean,
I can't vote for that guy.
I can't vote for him.
I can't vote for him.
I can't vote for Trump.
I'd rather vote for Trump than him. I don't think he could handle anything. I mean, you're relying entirely on his cabinet. Like, if you want to talk about an individual leader that can communicate, he can't do that. And we don't even know what the fuck he's going to be like after a year in office. This is...
All right. So hopefully you know by now that what he's not talking about policy or anything like that. He's just talking about the guy can't talk correctly. That's his thing. For fuck's sake. Right? Because, I don't know. I think maybe somewhere deep down he wants to be like a robot or something. Or he thinks humans operate like robots or something like that. To where his main concern is the, you know, in his terms, the brain function of Joe Biden. Like, we can't have that guy there. You know, it's not about the Iraq war shit and all that other stuff. It's mainly that he can't talk correctly. He's going to be a leader. He can't talk. So just understand that context of dipshit Joe Rogan. He is a dipshit. I'm just being honest with you. Now, he's the type of guy that will call himself dumb, but I don't think it's because he's actually dumb. Well, he is dumb, but, you know, dumb in the sense of he's not capable of doing something. I think he calls himself dumb as an excuse to not pay attention to serious topics in the world. He's like, fuck, I have this giant podcast with all these people want to come on my show, and fuck, I better play stupid. To where it's like, instead of, like, he's become a what's the word, like a method actor, where it's like, I must be stupid at all times and pretend that Mike Baker isn't selling. There's no way he could be selling me CIA talking points. There's no way the New York Times lies. They'd get fired if they lied. They'd lose money if they lied. They can't do that. There's no way. So I think he's rendered himself oblivious on purpose, which is, I guess, a sad thing with a guy with a platform like that. And yes, he could have still had this platform if he was, you know, didn't play so dumb, right? You could still have people and have a conversation on. But when Bill Maher's just comfortable, when literally the CIA can sit across and they're just comfortable, like, oh yeah, caveman coffee, amazing. And it's like, he might as well be Joe Biden. And that might as well be Bernie Sanders sitting across from him. Like, oh, you'll be comfortable here. Don't worry about it. You won't get in any trouble. So the big controversy is that Rogan said he'd vote for Trump over Biden. And now, if this was 2016, I'd say, all right, that makes sense, because we haven't had any years of Trump in there, right? That makes sense. We haven't had any time period of Donald Trump in there. We don't know what he would do. He's saying some things that people aren't saying out loud. It's like, oh, it makes sense, and I understand why people would vote for him. Now is a little bit different, but these are things that Rogan is actually dumb on, not just oblivious, like purposely oblivious to, which is the war crimes of Donald Trump, I think David Icke would call it totalitarian tiptoe, things like that, or Naomi Klein, I think she calls it disaster capitalism, or something like that, but I'd call it disaster vulturism. Call them vultures or something. Whenever there's a problem, they take advantage of it, right? And as far as the guys like the conspiracy side that started leaning towards Trump, like he's broken all the red flags, and they just, I guess they're hopeful for something, but yeah. So for my opinion, no, I don't see how you pick either one of these shitheads. I don't see how you pick either one of them. But, just dumb guy having a conversation. I guess I get it. It would make more sense than someone saying, I'll pick Biden over Trump. Because I'm like, what's the difference here? You can't have... Honestly, I'm hesitant to even say this because it's like, oh, the clear answer is neither of them. That's the clear, blatant answer. In fact, I'm going to stick with that. That should be the answer. Like, fuck both these guys. Fuck both of them. But, yeah, there's apparently a big controversy because he said he'd pick Trump over Biden. And I guess this would be the most important point is, yeah, there's some normal people in the population that are going to do the same thing. 100%. In fact, this could be the biggest wipeout we've ever seen in a presidential election. It could be. Because all those Bernie people, if I had to guess, throwing it out there, 65 to 75% of them are not voting for Joe Biden, period. They're like, fuck it, I'll stay home. I'm not voting for that motherfucker. Because they have some understanding of what this dude has done. And the vast difference between Bernie and Biden policy-wise. Even though Bernie's going to tell you they're very close. If you compare them to Trump, they're like this. They're kind of close. And no matter what Cenk Uygur does, he's not going to convince enough people to vote for Joe Biden. Right? It's not happening. So let's move on. Yeah. Let's move on to the funny part for me. It's our favorite journalist, Mehdi Hasan. He's not Modi. He's Mehdi. He says, given Bernie, mistakenly in my honest opinion, elevated Joe Rogan's endorsement of him, and given Rogan is now saying he'd rather vote for Trump than Biden, is it not time for Bernie to also now distance himself from Rogan too? Hashtag just asking. Now, this is quite dumb, I would say. Like this, I don't know who this was gonna fly with, other than other establishment Democrats. Like who the fuck was this gonna fly with? Like normal people are like, what? What are you talking about? It's like, like Rogan, the terrible Rogan. Like they have no weight behind the way they tried to smear Joe Rogan. And obviously there's no weight behind this either. I mean, Mehdi, they're going to fund the rebels regardless. So I don't know what you're complaining about. You know, those Syrian rebels, those guys. Like, Trump's been funding them, so maybe you want something more overt, as in someone out loud funding those rebels. Maybe that makes you feel better. If you don't know, go look up on Mehdi Hasan and Syria. Very interesting, from our favorite news outlet, The Intercept. Go check out Glenn Greenwald in regards to, I know a lot of people that probably watch this are like, I like Glenn Greenwald. I'm like, I can see why people say that. But he also, check into him in regards to the whole Syrian drama. It's like, oh, very interesting. All right. I don't think he's a bad guy or anything. I just don't know. I don't know. Just gonna go there. Not gonna say anything else. But yeah. So this is funny because it's a whole bunch of things. It's the comments that respond to them. I'm not gonna show them, but I'll leave the link to the tweet in the description box. It's the responses he's getting. It's the tweet itself. That's fucking just asking. That's fucking funny to me. And then it's his fucking, look at this guy's fucking face. Look at this fucking picture, son. Can you see that? Come on, son. What a fuck boy. Look at that fucking picture, son. Of course it is. It looks like him photoshopped in front of like a like the intellectual guys have a fucking bookshelf behind him. Like, I'm smart. Look at all these books I have behind me. And he has his head tilted in a certain way. Come on, man. That's pure comedy. Like, he looks like a guy who, like someone's gonna, like, embarrass the shit out of him one day. He's gonna contemplate, like, like, I'm gonna get my big cousin to beat you up or some shit like that. Like, he looks like one of those fuckboys, man. Like, like, he gets embarrassed on TV and just punching pillows and shit. Yeah. He finds like a heart-shaped pillow, just like can't punch correctly and shit. That's all. I just wanted to make fun of him. He just has that face, but I'm sorry. I don't know if anyone else will find that funny at all, but that's fucking hilarious to me. Just the tweet, the responses. Go look at the responses, and just his head tilt in his photo. It just looks, I don't know, like pretentiously douchey or something like that. I guess that's the word. It's like, oh, that's so funny. And then the image of him like punching pillows. All right, that's it for me. Please subscribe if you like, comment, agree, disagree. Tell me what you think. Should Bernie disown Rogan or something? I thought it was just a clip they used as a tool to boost Bernie up. Didn't work so much, I guess. Maybe it did. And the numbers are lying to us as far as the vote count. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, tell me what you think. Don't forget to donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery GoFundMe link in the description box. And with all that said, give this vote, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a castle, how will you wear your leisure? You zipper back and front on the fence together. Weekends in weather.